Guys, I don't know what I was thinking buying some Invictas when I was younger. I mean, I must have thought that they were the most awesome watch out there. I mean, who needs a watch that thick? Look at that. Look at that. And all of these quartz movements are dead. They all need batteries. And I'm done with quartz movements. Look at that. I tried to change the battery off of this one, and I bent it. Man, I just gave up. And to me, it's not worth the little $20 or $25. Somebody's going to charge me at one of those mall kiosks to change out the battery. It ain't worth it when I have quality automatic movements now. You know, I have my Seikos is a good example. I don't know what I was thinking, man, with these Invictas. I must have thought they were the coolest thing. I mean, look at that. The PLD's rubbing off. I mean, that's just a normal thing of wear and tear, but I can't really resell this watch except for parts. So I don't even want to know like what it will cost to try and recoat this. You know, and then as you grow older, you know, you just start appreciating the finer things in life, I would say, you know. I'm sorry if you're a Invicta lover out here, but every time I turn on the TV to Shop HQ or QVC, man, they always have these new specials and this and that and new designs. But I mean, look at how thick that thing is. Imagine me being in an office setting wearing this on my wrist. People are gonna wonder what kind of special am I, you know? Can't be taken serious with this, you know. Looks like it's just what it is. It's a true fashion watch. Maybe every once in a while or in a party or something, like this might look good for like a day, but to wear as an everyday wear, can't justify it anymore. I mean, I used to love this dial. Love it. I used to love the texture of it, and this is why I got it. But then one by one, just like with every quartz movement, the batteries start dying on them. And of course, Invicta doesn't make it easy. It's like each movement, each watch has a completely different setup. It's not easy to change the battery for me for one of these things, or maybe I'm just grown impatient. That's possibly what it is. And I've become a little bit jaded and a little bit spoiled now that I have some automatic movements in my collection, you know what I mean? So what do you guys think? I mean, do you guys love Invicta? Do you think that they are a throwaway watch? I mean, besides for the sentimental memories, I mean, I don't even want to really, you know, sell this. Like, to who? For what? You know what I'm saying? Will someone truly get enjoyment out of that piece? You know? Something do I really think that this is like a grail watch, an heirloom piece? Like, I feel like this monster right here, first generation Seiko monster, will outlast, you know, this thing. I mean, this is just a hunk of steel. I mean, I could keep this for investment for steel purposes. You know, if steel went through the roof, we'd probably go ahead and melt this thing down. But I mean, it being even a Hydro Max and whatever the water resistance rating was, 3,300 feet. I prefer these all day, and the most modern one I have is the Seiko one with the shark teeth bracelet. But I love these monsters and my other automatic watch movements. You know, even my Breitling. You know what I'm saying? And I gotta get that thing serviced. I mean, my Breitling, one of the screws came out of the chronomat, and it's just a pain in the butt. So, yeah, I'm gonna have to send that for repair. But the way this recession is coming up, it's gonna have to wait. But yeah, I'm mad disappointed. You know, what is this? A Seiko Samurai Patty dial. And this I just really bought to resell it later, a long time ago, like when this first came out. But it's just sitting. And these things I just wear every once in a while, try to color coordinate. I'm glad I bought this when I did for like 150 bucks. I bought this also back in the day for like 170 bucks, the Dracula, the SRP 313. But yeah, no more Invictas for me. I mean, look at that. That thing is destroyed. And I was patient with it at first. But then I opened this watch. I opened this watch. Let's see what else I got in here in my little goodie bag. This definitely throwaway thing. But this was given to me as a gift, so I do appreciate it. But, you know, this thing is dead too. And the strap broke. So, I mean, I can't justify this no more. I can't look at Shop HQ, walk by these stores that say buy 4 or buy 2 get 4 free in good conscience, knowing, yo, like, this isn't going to hold its value. Whatever they say the easy pay was, or however the MSRP that we all know is a funny joke, like, even if this wasn't working pristine condition, this is just plated. Like, even if it has a MOP dial, you know, they like to come out with these limited edition, collector's edition. You know how many Mickey Mouse watches I've seen? How many Batman, Joker, Superman, Aquaman watches and versions they came out with, the Venom and all that. And like I said, when I was a teenager, when I was a kid, I used to love these things. These were the watches that I would actively seek out, but I haven't worn any of these in like years. And now I just look at them and I'm like, why? They're just sitting there. I see a wasted $100. I see a wasted, I forgot how much I paid for this, 80. A wasted 200. Versus I was able to pick this one up like at 170 when I first got it. Also around the same price point, this one right there. For what? For what do I want that? For what? You know, like, these take the same kind of realm as like diesel watches, in my opinion. You know, they might look good from afar or whatever, but growing up and maturing, man, and just getting into new things, what do you guys think? You know, do you guys love Invicta? I mean, obviously they're making money out here because they're always on TV and you see them everywhere. So, I mean, obviously they're making profit somehow. And they're able to do so if you buy 2, get 4 free. So are these horology pieces? You know, Invicta as a name brand, you know, has been around for a long time. But I can't honestly say that this is the pinnacle of watchmaking right here. You know what I mean? And then this was like my entry level before I got into like my Breitlings and all that stuff and that kind of level. And even then, I still wear these a lot more than even thinking about trying to break one of these out. You know, this thing kills the wrist. This thing is a wrist killer. This thing's heavy. Like, this thing could be used as like basically a lock in a sock. Put this thing in a sock and, you know, it's a dangerous weapon. This thing is like 3 times the weight of like this watch and like maybe 5 times the weight of these watches. You know, trying to replay in my head when I first saw these, like what was going through my head? Maybe it was because I had no budget. Maybe it was because, you know, I was barely making any money. Maybe it was because, you know, I was just a kid. You know, we look back on some things and reminisce and laugh and you say, how was I doing this or doing that? That's what I do now when I see these things. Like, what was I thinking? Thinking that this was like the best thing ever. The bomb.com, you know. The Subaquanoma 3. Watching all these YouTube videos, trying to do my research like I used to do for these things. You know, I dare say I'm disappointed in myself. But then again, sometimes we got to make hard mistakes. Just like before I got my car that I got now, I bought a, what was it? A 95 Eclipse GST. probably only drove it 5 to 6 times, and that thing constantly had problems. The transmission was burnt out, replaced that, and it was out of alignment. It had a whole bunch of different issues, but all I let myself go with was, turbo and the price. This was years back. But then I started maturing and thinking about it, and now I have a more, reliable car. I'm not thinking about sportiness. I'm just like, I need a good car that's going to give me good gas mileage, because, the way these gas prices set up, I feel sorry for anybody out here with these, brand new trucks, brand new Jeeps. Because on top of that payment, them gas prices. So I'll stick to my little 34 mile a gallon car for now. And then just worry about paying down my other debts and building equity by paying into my mortgage and this and that. But this phase of my life is over. This right here. This is like the unholy trinity of watches. I'm sorry. This is a rant today because, just been watching a lot of watch videos today. And I was trying to work on these things like a week ago, just trying to change the battery out to see if I can bring some life back into them so I can get rid of them. But just everything about them was just a pain in the butt. So, what can you do? Alright, y'all have a good one. Y'all let me know what y'all think.